Hey guys, Squiggles here bringing you another game, this one between LiquidHuK and HairyZenith, and I gotta say, man, that is a freaking sick name. HairyZenith. LOL. Okay, got that out of my system. This is a game played on the Korean servers. Obviously, Zenith is a pro team, so Harry is on that team, and Liquid is a pro team, and Huck is on that team. I believe all of us are more familiar with LiquidHuK than we are with HairyZenith, as in, I've never heard of Harry before. But come on, Eri, I want you to do really good. Anyway, no, actually, I just want Huck to do well, and I want there to be a great game. But these are both two top players. I mean, to be on a pro gaming team in Korea, you have to be pretty freaking good. So Harry, I'm assuming, is going to not let us down, and Huck never lets us down, man. He is like the tippity top awesome best guy. I think MC is probably better, but I don't know. I just love LiquidHuK. He is so good, so baller, so suave, and so decidedly awesome. So this game is going to be on Metalopolis, an oldie but a goodie. I guess as old of a map on StarCraft 2 as you can have, considering StarCraft 2 is still really young. But so many games played on this map, such a good map, and most people consider this to be the most balanced map out there. So we see Huck is going to be throwing down his gateway right about now. Da-da-da, there's the gateway. And of course, for any new players, I'll just go over really quickly the placement of these buildings. The pylon is right here to give the maximum amount of energy because the Protoss has to use energy to warp in buildings and stuff. And also, putting it here allows him to put his gateway there and then his cybernetics core there and one zealot here. And I have a mail on my phone, but I'll check that later. And then you put one zealot here on hold position, and no Zerglings can run up. And you know what? Zerg are known for producing Zerglings. Yeah, I'll be quiet a minute to just let that sink in. Zerg are known for committing or for making Zerglings. It is true. You may disagree with me, but it is in fact true. And you can see here he is going for a extractor before spawning pool, so he's going to be getting out some speedlings before he gets his expansion out. Zerg always wants to be one base up on their opponents, and it looks like a little bit of lag going on. But they always want to be one base up. But you know what? Against Protoss, because the probes can make pylons so easily and just warp in buildings everywhere, that a lot of times the Protoss will just throw a pylon right here, and that's so annoying to deal with, and it just all kinds of delays if you try to go like hatchery first. So this is what Zergs have done to combat that. They get 4 Zerglings out. This allows them to deal with any kind of pylon / probe harass or whatever. Then they are free to expand normally, and then they have 2 Zerglings to run around the map with. They have 2 Zerglings to put at the Zelnaga Watchtower, so they'll have all that intel. And then they have, I don't know, maybe put 1 Zergling here to spot for drops, maybe. And another Zergling right here, so they know when the Protoss is going to move out. So it allows them to pretty much get good vision and map control of the entire map. You can see these Zelnaga Watchtowers both controlled by 1 Zergling. And since 1 Zergling costs half of an egg, or half of a larva rather, and only 25 minerals, that is quite the bargain bang for your buck. And now we are going to see a lot of drones being made, I am assuming. But right now we just see a hatchery and an overlord. And, oh, some more Zerglings. So going to be getting a few more Zerglings. I think he just wants to make sure that he doesn't die to any kind of early push that Protoss has, because Protoss units are really strong, man. These zealots, because of their shields, and they're really good, and they can take literally a bajillion hits from Zerglings. So one zealot, very good against Zerglings. And ooh, nice little making a little extension wall right here. So it looks oh, apparently Huck is so ronery. I'm Shawi, Huck. I'm Shawi. There's lots of people in the OGS house. There's got to be somebody to talk to. Oh, sigh for Huck. I feel bad now. But back to the game. It looks like HairyZenith is going to be putting on a little bit of pressure with these Zerglings, and things could get a little bit hairy. So we're going to see how much damage he can do, and he may actually force the cancel, and there it is. So good little harass there, and forcing the force field. I actually don't know if that was forced, but he did use the force field, and that's going to be no bueno. Oh, he does have an additional sentry out, so he should be okay. But these Zerglings are really going to be putting on a lot of pressure. You can see he's getting a couple more sentries, so he's going to be absolutely fine. Also getting a forge, but he is really delaying Huck's expansion and may actually make the forge cancel as well, and he forces the cancel there. And now he's going to kill the probe, and he may try to get the cancel again. No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like he is going to get forced out finally. So things got a little hairy there for HairyZenith, but he was able to hold off the Zenith player, Harry. And finally get his expansion up. But that was a good little poke by Harry, able to delay the expansion just a teeny tiny bit. And now that there is a lull in the action, I should say that, oh, look at that, Harry taking a third while he was attacking. Very good. Supplies are pretty even, and we can see that, ooh, looks like Hallucinate going down for HairyZenith. Interesting. That's always sexy. As well as more sentries and just some more good, yeah, looks like gateways. So he's going to be going really gateway heavy, which is totally fine, totally cool, and pretty baller. At some point, I'll probably want to tech, but HairyZenith is a better player than me, so I will let him decide when that is going to happen. Oh, what I was going to say was Subscriber Saturday, guys. Every Saturday, I pick 1-2 games. If there's 2 good games, I pick 2 games from my subscribers that they send in during the week, and I will cast them and put them up. So if you have any weird, wacky, cool, awesome games, or any games that you just want to be like, hey, you should cast this so I can brag to everybody about what a great player I am, watch me do this. Or you execute a build perfectly, or you hold off some crazy all-in, send them to my email account. It is SquigglesStarcraft@gmail.com. That is SquigglesStarcraft@gmail.com. Send me those throughout the week. You don't have to send them all on Thursday and Friday like people have been. Throughout the week, send them. I'll be watching them and picking my favorite 2. At least, I might even do 3 if people send in a lot and they're all awesome. But I've done 2 so far. 2 subscriber Saturdays. The first one I just did 1 game. The second one I did 2 games. But yeah, man, it's a great way to have you guys get involved and kind of highlight your talent and show how good, awesome, cool, or just wacky the games are. And I should say this: you don't have to be Diamond or Masters or a Grandmaster to send in a replay. Dude, if you're Bronze and you have an awesome, or Copper rather, sorry, and you have an awesome replay, send it in, man. That's what I mean. I don't care about your skill level. I just want to see some cool games, and I want to get you guys as involved as possible. And I think it's really awesome to have players of all levels playing StarCraft and showing off their skills. So just send your replays to me, and I will be casting your games and putting them up on my channel. I just cast a couple yesterday, so if you have not checked those out, go ahead. That was by the player Oli, and he was pretty awesome for sending in those games. And I really enjoyed casting them, and I hope he enjoyed having his games featured. So that is my little plug in the middle of the game. Most people put their plugs in the beginning of the game because nothing was happening. But I was busy talking about how baller HairyZenith is and the pro scene in Korea, and then feeling sorry for HairyZenith because he is so Ronry. But okay, done with that and going back to the game. It looks like HairyZenith is going to be taking his 3rd. So good job on HairyZenith, staying up on bases with the Zerg, always important. You can see here the Zerg creep is actually doing fairly well, doing a good job of spreading creep. A lot of Zerg players will have like a bajillion creep tumors and just be spreading super fast, but this is pretty fast. And the most important part, I should say this, and I raise my finger for emphasis, and I'm talking with my hand even though you can't see it, but the most important part is to connect your bases. And you can see here on the minimap, here's his main, here's his natural, and here's his 3rd, and they are all connected by the purple goo in the middle of the map. And that is so important because in addition to be able to really fast getting units to attack all the way out to like here, so for like hydras and roaches and stuff like that, and we do see a lot of roaches coming down, and a hydra den, as I was saying, for the Zerg player Harry, but it allows you to just defend so quickly, to defend so quickly, and also there isn't really a lot of place for the Protoss player to put down like proxy pylons and stuff. I guess he could put it like back here, which is actually where you'd put it anyway, but it just They have a hard time warping stuff in, and they can't, and it gives you line of sight. Oh my gosh, there's so many good things about creep. I almost want to just start an OP thread on Team Liquid that says how OP creep is, because, I mean, your creep tumors give you vision. So literally he has vision of this entire area right here. He is taking a 4th, which I think is pretty important to do, and he is spreading that creep over, so the creep will be there momentarily, which is oh so good for defense, because then you can literally put units right here and defend any one of these incredibly quickly. So you can actually just put units here, which is where he's doing it. Yeah, putting units here, and you can defend so quickly. Oh snap, it looks like another hallucinated Phoenix, or Phoenix. There are 2 Phoenix, so Phoenix are going to be walking over here. He is double scouting, and he really wants to make sure that he knows what's going on. It looks like melee weapons number 1 is just finishing level 1 rather. And Protoss ground armor level 1 is about halfway done. Robo Bay being started, as well as a Twilight Council. So Huck going to be going a couple of different tech routes. It's going to be interesting to see if he's going for what, DTs or maybe blink or maybe charge. I don't see any zealots though, so I'm going to guess not charge. But we'll have to wait and see. Let's see. It looks like Robo Bay is about halfway done, and those Colossus are going to be really good against the all Roach and Speedling, and never mind getting a ton of Banelings. Oh, like Banelings drop. Because he does have the drop for his Overlord, so he is going to be doing a Baneling drop in addition to his Mass Roach style. So basically what you do is you use Roaches and you go attack, and then the the Protoss player with all of his sentries goes Force Fields, and then your Overlords fly in over the top and go drop Banelings everywhere and kill everything. So that's the theory behind it. And you can see here quite a blob. But it looks like, oh snap, it looks like the Phoenix, multiple Phoenix just going off everywhere, may in fact scout this. And we'll have to see if... yep, he does see it. Hey, oh, no, he doesn't see it. Oh, snap, he does not in fact see it. He is putting on sick pressure on these Overlords. And by sick pressure, I mean doing 0 damage. But, oh, geez, look at this now. The creep, as I've been talking about how OP creep is, he has continued to spread, and he is actually getting fairly close. And he does have the Zergling here. He doesn't have Burrow, otherwise you could Burrow and that'd be annoying. Or put an Overlord here and spew creep and just slow down the 4th a little bit more. But really, he is doing a great job of spreading creep. Look at the map. He has half the map covered in creep. He has all 4 of his bases totally joined with creep, and he has a ton of vision. He's held these Xel'Naga watchtowers the entire game, which is so important. And oh, look at this. He has, looks like 2 Overlords with Banelings going to be just looping around here. I'm expecting to see them